Alfred Lowenstein's bizarre death has puzzled people for decades. While there are many intriguing theories on how he met his despairing demise, no one knows the truth for sure.
French fishermen witnessed a parachute opening around the same time and location as Lowenstein would have been overhead. He further claimed that a few moments later a yacht was seen racing out to collect him.
Adding to the mystery, Lowenstein was involved in some shady dealings. He had a reputation for being ruthless in the world of finance. Could someone have wanted him out of the picture? Today, we will be exploring the fascinating and terrifying explanations proposed for his mysterious death and delving into the life of the legendary billionaire. Join us as we uncover the unknown details of Alfred Lowenstein and the billionaire's bizarre disappearance. How Alfred Lowenstein grew his wealth at a young age. Born in 1877 in Brussels, Belgium, Alfred Lowenstein's journey to becoming the third richest man in the world is a tale of ambition, acumen, and astuteness. His story isn't just about wealth, it's about a relentless pursuit of success against the backdrop of a rapidly changing world. Lowenstein's father, Bernard Lowenstein, was a German Jewish banker who converted to Catholicism, while his mother was the daughter of Chrétien d'Ansayert, a Brussels stockbroker of the Catholic faith. Alfred established his own banking concern and had already amassed considerable wealth by 1914. During World War I, he made a significant offer to the Belgian government at Saint-Adresse. He proposed to lend them $50 million interest-free to stabilize the Belgian currency in exchange for the right to print Belgian francs. However, the offer was refused. Despite this setback, Lowenstein's financial acumen was undeterred. After the war, he maintained a residence in England, where he ran an investment business. This venture propelled him to become one of Europe's most powerful financiers. Notably, he partnered with Sir James Dunn, a Canadian-born businessman in various business ventures. Their collaboration proved highly successful, with the duo reaping substantial profits. For instance, their investment in British Celanese during the 1920s yielded them over £1 million in profit alone. Simply, Lowenstein's early years were marked by a keen interest in the burgeoning world of business and finance. Unlike some of his contemporaries who inherited immense wealth, he built his empire from the ground up, a testament to his sharp business mind and relentless work ethic. His rise began in the early 20th century, a time of great industrial expansion and financial opportunity. Lowenstein had an uncanny ability to identify and capitalize on emerging markets. He made astute investments in various sectors, including artificial silk, urban transport, and industrial companies. His approach to business was both innovative and aggressive. He wasn't satisfied with merely participating in the market. He aimed to dominate it through strategic moves such as mergers, acquisitions, and diversifications. Rapidly expanding his business empire, Lowenstein's holdings company became a huge entity, exerting significant influence in European and global markets primarily through selling stock. His wealth and success placed him among an elite circle of industrialists and financiers, rubbing shoulders with names like Henry Ford and John D. Rockefeller. The vast business ventures Lowenstein was involved in. Alfred Lowenstein's entrepreneurial spirit and financial prowess extended beyond banking and investments, though. He made a significant impact on the global stage through his ventures in providing electric power facilities for developing countries worldwide. His Belgian-based company, Société Internationale d'Énergie Hydroélectrique (SIDRO), played a pivotal role in this endeavor, contributing to the modernization and development of numerous nations. By the mid-1920s, Lowenstein's reputation had reached such heights that he became a trusted advisor to heads of state from various countries. His expertise in finance and international affairs made him a sought-after consultant for governments looking to navigate complex economic challenges. In recognition of his contributions and influence, the British government bestowed upon Lowenstein the prestigious title of Companion of the Most Honorable Order of the Bath, a significant honor reflecting his standing in society and his service to the nation. In 1926, Lowenstein further expanded his business empire by establishing International Holdings and Investments Limited. This new venture attracted substantial investment from affluent individuals eager to align themselves with Lowenstein's track record of success. The company's formation solidified his position as a key player in the global business landscape, with his influence extending far beyond the confines of traditional banking and finance. Lowenstein's multifaceted achievements underscored his ability to excel in diverse domains, from finance and investments to international development and real estate. His legacy continues to inspire entrepreneurs and investors worldwide, highlighting the transformative power of vision, innovation, and strategic decision-making in the business world. Lowenstein's passion and luxurious lifestyle. In 1908, Alfred Lowenstein tied the knot with Madeleine Misson, hailing from a prominent Belgian family. Together, they had a son. But their marriage wasn't exactly a love story. It seemed more like a union of convenience. Madeleine enjoyed the lavish lifestyle, while Alfred cherished his beautiful wife's company. However, their relationship lacked the closeness one might expect. They slept in separate rooms and led separate lives. Alfred was consumed by his business and his other passion: horses. There's an anecdote about Alfred's devotion to his horses that goes like this. Imagine someone asking him, "Who do you love more, your wife or your horse?" And after pondering for a moment, he'd still choose the horse. It's humorous, yet reflective of his priorities. His affection for horses even led him to spend more time in the barn than in his own bedroom. He had a passion for horse racing too, owning a successful stable of thoroughbred steeplechase racehorses. His horses achieved notable success, winning prestigious events such as the Grand Steeplechase de Paris in both 1926 and 1928. Unlike many of his contemporaries, he also didn't shy away from the limelight. He embraced it. His lifestyle basically mirrored his immense fortune. He built lavish homes, entertained the elite of society, and traveled in style. But beyond the opulence, he was a visionary constantly looking ahead, anticipating trends and opportunities. His success also allowed him to indulge in a lavish lifestyle, evident in his acquisition of Villa Sakino in Biarritz, located in the scenic French Basque country. The sumptuous residence boasted breathtaking views of the Bay of Biscay and the Atlantic Ocean, serving as a testament to Lowenstein's wealth and taste for luxury. The 1920s were a period of great change marked by technological advancements, social shifts, and economic upheavals. Lowenstein, in many ways, embodied the spirit of this era, a self-made man who rose to prominence through determination and business acumen. His intellect and foresight extended beyond business dealings to personal interests and hobbies, though. He was also among the first to own a private aircraft, a luxury unheard of in the 1920s. This already symbolized his innovative spirit and desire to be at the forefront of the modern world. His custom-designed Fokker aircraft was equipped with luxury features, like an upholstered chair that faced backward and a soundproof cabin for dictation to his stenographers. It was the epitome of opulence in air travel back then. However, this Fokker F-7 became the very plane from which he mysteriously disappeared. His sudden vanishing left a void not just in the hearts of his family and friends, but in the fabric of the financial world he helped to shape. The impact of his disappearance on society and the business world was profound. Lowenstein was more than just a wealthy businessman. He was an influential figure whose decisions could sway markets and influence economic policies. But how did the disappearance even happen? How Lowenstein mysteriously disappeared? On July 4, 1928, Lowenstein boarded his private Fokker F-7 aircraft, embarking on what was supposed to be a routine flight from Croydon Airport in London to Brussels. The mood was upbeat, the sky clear, a perfect setting for a peaceful journey. Little did anyone know that this flight would soon turn into one of the most baffling mysteries of the 20th century. He boarded the sleek aircraft, accompanied by his valet, secretary, stenographers, and flight crew. Everything seemed routine, with Lowenstein even making plans for dinner with a Canadian financier over the phone before takeoff. As the plane soared into the sky, bystanders waved goodbye, unaware of the fateful events that would soon unfold. As time passed, Lowenstein, following what must have been a familiar routine, excused himself to use the lavatory. The act was mundane, habitual, and nothing out of the ordinary. However, this time, it was different. What transpired in the moments following his departure from his seat would later be dissected and debated by investigators, journalists, and the public alike. Initially, no one on the plane sensed anything amiss. Lowenstein was known for his privacy, and it wasn't unusual for him to spend time alone, even in the small confines of an aircraft lavatory. However, as minutes turned into a prolonged period, a sense of unease began to permeate the cabin. Fred Baxter, who was Lowenstein's valet, knew his habits more intimately than anyone else on board, but he became increasingly concerned about the prolonged absence of his employer. After a wait that stretched beyond the bounds of normalcy, Baxter approached the lavatory. The lack of any response to his knocks was the first real sign that something was amiss. With growing apprehension, he forced the door open, only to find the lavatory empty. It was a discovery that defied logic. How could someone vanish from a confined space thousands of feet in the air without anyone noticing? The crew's initial reaction was one of disbelief. The plane, a Fokker F-7, was a well-designed aircraft, but it offered limited space. There were no hiding spots, no secret compartments where Lowenstein could have conceivably concealed himself. A thorough search of the plane ensued, led by a baffled and increasingly anxious Baxter. Every nook and cranny was examined, but there was no trace of the billionaire. The realization that Lowenstein was not on the plane sent a ripple of shock through the crew. The pilot and co-pilot, absorbed in their responsibilities, were initially unaware of the unfolding drama. Upon being informed, they faced a situation no flight training could have prepared them for. A passenger, and not just any passenger, but one of the wealthiest men in the world had seemingly disappeared mid-flight. Questions swirled in the tight confines of the aircraft. Could Lowenstein have accidentally opened an exit door? This theory was quickly dismissed. The exit and lavatory doors were distinctly different, and the former could not be easily opened due to the air pressure at cruising altitude. Moreover, the opening of an exit door mid-flight would have caused noticeable changes in cabin pressure and noise, none of which were reported by the crew or the other passengers. With no rational explanation at hand, the atmosphere on the plane turned from confusion to a palpable sense of panic. The crew faced not just a personal emergency, but a situation that could spiral into a public and legal nightmare. The decision was made to divert the plane and make an emergency landing. The nearest suitable location was a field near Dunkirk, France. As the plane descended, the crew and passengers were left to grapple with a multitude of emotions: disbelief, fear, and a growing realization that they were part of an unfathomable mystery. The landing in Dunkirk was smooth, but it marked the beginning of an ordeal that would be anything but. The French authorities were promptly notified, and the aircraft became the center of an intense and bewildering investigation. In the aftermath of the landing, the crew and passengers were subjected to rigorous questioning. Their accounts were dissected, but they offered no clarity, only deepening the mystery. Each member of the entourage, including Baxter, was at a loss to explain how Lowenstein could have vanished. The mysterious disappearance of Alfred Lowenstein from his private plane in 1928 sparked a flurry of investigations and theories. Each attempted to unravel the baffling circumstances surrounding the event. The incident, which occurred over the English Channel, quickly escalated from a mere aviation anomaly to a sensational global mystery, captivating the public imagination and challenging investigative authorities. Investigations on the disappearance of Lowenstein. At Fort Mardyk, Lieutenant Marquet had dispatched a team to arrest whoever had just landed on the beach, as already mentioned. Upon questioning the passengers, it took some time for them to reveal Lowenstein's identity, and their behavior was peculiar. Both stenographers were in tears, Hodgson was sweating profusely, and Baxter's teeth were chattering. Lieutenant Marquet, convinced by their demeanor, believed that something dreadful had indeed happened to Lowenstein. However, one might question his judgment, as stress can manifest in various ways, and not all signs indicate guilt or deceit. Interestingly, within 24 hours, all inquiries into the incident were abruptly halted by both French and British authorities, citing jurisdictional issues. It seemed that no nation was eager to claim responsibility for investigating what potentially could have been a crime. This left Alfred's wife, Madeline, as the sole person motivated to uncover the truth behind her husband's disappearance. Madeline's determination to unravel the mystery surrounding her husband's fate speaks volumes about her character and the depth of her love for him. In the absence of official investigations, she took it upon herself to seek answers, demonstrating remarkable courage and resilience in the face of adversity. Her relentless pursuit of the truth underscores the profound impact Lowenstein's disappearance had on those closest to him, and the lingering questions that continue to haunt his legacy. Madeline, determined to find answers, offered a reward to anyone who could locate her husband's body. She hoped that by incentivizing the search, they would uncover the truth behind his mysterious disappearance. Meanwhile, newspapers seized on the story, sensationalizing it with wild rumors and speculations that turned an already strange tale into something out of a spy novel. For instance, the Exchange Telegraph reported a fisherman's account of seeing a parachute descending over the English Channel on the night of Lowenstein's disappearance, followed by a yacht racing out to meet it. The New York Times, citing anonymous sources, claimed that a car had met the plane on the beach and whisked Lowenstein away. Another theory circulating in the press suggested that Lowenstein was never on the plane in the first place. In a particularly bizarre twist, a French newspaper even alleged that the eccentric millionaire was romantically involved with a female inmate from a local asylum, and that the two had eloped. Despite the plethora of rumors swirling around, 2 weeks went by without any sign of Lowenstein. The lack of concrete evidence only added to the intrigue surrounding his disappearance, fueling speculation and conspiracy theories about what might have happened to him. The eventual discovery of the missing Lowenstein. As the official investigation struggled to find answers, alternative theories began to surface, explaining the billionaire's disappearance, fueled by the lack of concrete evidence and the enigmatic nature of the case. One such theory proposed that Lowenstein's disappearance was not an accident, but a meticulously planned escape. Proponents of this theory suggested that Lowenstein, for reasons unknown, had orchestrated his vanishing act, perhaps to start a new life away from the pressures of his existing one. While intriguing, this theory lacked substantive evidence and failed to explain how such an escape could have been executed under the given circumstances. Another hypothesis ventured into the realm of foul play. Could Lowenstein have been the victim of a conspiracy, possibly orchestrated by business rivals or disgruntled associates? This line of thinking stemmed from his prominence in the financial world and the cutthroat nature of high-stakes business dealings. However, like the escape theory, this hypothesis lacked concrete evidence. There were no known threats to his life, and the crew and passengers on board, all trusted employees or associates, had no apparent motive or means to harm him. In the absence of clear answers, more sensational theories gained traction. Some speculated about the involvement of supernatural forces or even extraterrestrial intervention. Notions that, while capturing the public's imagination, were firmly outside the realm of rational explanation. As the investigation continued, a startling discovery was made. 16 days after his disappearance, on July 19th, skipper Jean-Marie Beaugrand and his companion Louis Legris made a grisly discovery while out at sea about 10 miles from Cap Gris-Nez, France. The body was in an advanced state of decomposition, making identification challenging. It was dressed in silk underwear, socks, shoes, and a watch. Upon closer inspection, they noticed the name Alfred Lowenstein engraved on the watch strap. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Apparently, the body had started to emit such a foul odor that the sailors couldn't bear to keep it on their boat. So they improvised and wrapped the body in a sail, tied it to a line, and towed it back to shore. The other personal effects found on the body, including clothing and jewelry, were identified as belonging to the missing billionaire Lowenstein. The discovery added a macabre twist to the mystery. The condition of the body raised questions. It seemed to have been in the water far longer than 16 days. This discrepancy fueled speculation that the body might not be Lowenstein's, or that his death had occurred under circumstances different from those initially assumed. Once back on land, the Lowenstein family wasted no time in arranging for a private autopsy to unravel the mystery surrounding Alfred's death. The autopsy process was quite extensive, taking an unusually long time, with the official report not being released until more than 2 months later, on September 10th. The findings of the autopsy were nothing short of shocking. The doctor discovered a large wound in Lowenstein's stomach and determined that every bone in his body was broken. Despite the severity of his injuries, the report indicated that Alfred was still alive when he hit the water. The official investigation eventually concluded that Lowenstein had likely fallen to his death, either by accident or suicide, a theory that was met with skepticism by many, including those close to Lowenstein. The billionaire was not known to be despondent or suicidal. In fact, he was reported to be in good spirits and engaged in business dealings up until his disappearance. Furthermore, the question of how Lowenstein could have fallen from the plane remained unanswered, given the aircraft's design and the conditions of the flight. Alfred Lowenstein's sudden death sent shockwaves through the financial world, triggering panic selling of shares in his corporations. The value of these shares plummeted by more than 50% in response to the news, reflecting the uncertainty and fear gripping investors. Lowenstein was laid to rest in a cemetery outside Ever, in a tomb belonging to his wife's family, the Misones. However, his burial site remains unmarked, with no inscription on the slab covering his casket. This omission means that, in effect, Lowenstein was buried in an unmarked grave, adding a poignant footnote to the mysterious circumstances surrounding his life and death. The disappearance of Alfred Lowenstein in 1928 transcended the boundaries of a mere unexplained event, embedding itself deeply in the cultural and historical consciousness of the time and the years that followed. This baffling occurrence not only captured the imagination of the public, but also left an indelible mark on the era's cultural landscape, influencing various forms of media and public discourse. The global impacts of the Lowensteins' mystery. In the immediate aftermath of the incident, the story of Lowenstein's disappearance was sensationalized by newspapers and magazines around the world. It became a topic of fervent discussion, speculation, and intrigue, fueled by the dramatic nature of his vanishing and his status as one of the wealthiest men of the era. The media's portrayal of the event often bordered on the sensational, with some outlets delving into wild theories and conjecture, reflecting the public's hunger for the mysterious and the sensational. The mystery also found its way into the realm of literature and film, inspiring various works of fiction that mirrored the strange and unexplained nature of Lowenstein's disappearance. In 1987, William Norris delved into the intriguing story of Alfred Lowenstein in his book titled The Man Who Fell from the Sky. Norris's exploration sheds light on various aspects of Lowenstein's life and death, presenting evidence and theories that challenge conventional narratives. He proposed that while Lowenstein's demise may not have been the result of a conspiracy by business rivals or associates, there existed a certain opportunism surrounding the tycoon's death and his insurance policies. He highlights overlooked details, such as the subsequent events following Lowenstein's death, including an incident involving Lowenstein's son, Robert. Within a decade of the tragedy, Robert shot one of the family servants under murky circumstances. Tragically, Robert himself met his end in an aviation accident in 1941 while serving with the Air Transport Auxiliary. Drawing from these events, Norris suggests a startling theory regarding Lowenstein's death. He posits that the pilot, Donald Drew, acted on the orders of Madeleine Lowenstein, Alfred's wife, to dispose of him and gain control of his fortune. Norris proposes that the aircraft's rear door was deliberately removed mid-flight, and a replacement was fitted later on the beach at St. Paul. Other novelists and filmmakers, captivated by the enigma, used the incident as a backdrop for stories of intrigue, suspense, and mystery. These works often portrayed Lowenstein-like characters caught in the web of complex plots, underscoring the incident's appeal as a perfect plot device for tales of mystery and drama. Beyond its immediate cultural impact, The disappearance of Alfred Lowenstein also had historical significance. It occurred during an era marked by significant technological advancements, particularly in aviation. The incident raised questions about the safety and reliability of air travel, a mode of transportation still in its relative infancy. In this context, Lowenstein's disappearance contributed to the ongoing discourse about the risks associated with flying, influencing public perception and, to some extent, aviation policy and safety measures. Furthermore, the incident reflected the societal fascinations and fears of the time. The 1920s were a period characterized by a mix of optimism and anxiety, with rapid technological progress on one hand and the looming uncertainties of a post-war world on the other. Lowenstein's mysterious disappearance played into these themes, symbolizing the era's intrigue with the new and unknown, as well as its apprehensions about the uncharted territories of technological progress. In later years, the Lowenstein mystery continued to resonate both as a historical curiosity and a subject of ongoing interest. It has been the topic of various documentaries, articles, and books, each attempting to shed light on the incident or explore its many unanswered questions. The enduring fascination with the case is indicative of a broader human attraction to unsolved mysteries and the allure of the unexplained. The case also holds a particular place in the history of unsolved mysteries, often compared with other famous disappearances such as Amelia Earhart and Jimmy Hoffa. It serves as a reminder of the limitations of human knowledge and investigative capability, even in an age of unprecedented technological advancement. Moreover, the Lowenstein mystery has been examined in academic and investigative circles, not just for its sensational aspects, but also for its implications regarding human psychology, media sensationalism, and the cultural representation of the unexplained. It has become a case study on how mysteries are perceived, reported, and mythologized over time. The possibility of a drug deal involving Lowenstein. In his biography of gangster Arnold Rothstein titled Rothstein, The Life, Times, and Murder of the Criminal Genius Who Fixed the 1919 World Series, author David Pietrusa suggests a fascinating connection between Alfred Lowenstein and Rothstein. Pietrusa alleges that Lowenstein and Rothstein became partners in a significant drug deal in the spring of 1928. According to him, Lowenstein's sudden death would have disrupted the funding for this deal, placing pressure on Rothstein to find alternative resources to prevent its collapse. This intriguing claim sheds light on the potential involvement of Lowenstein in illicit activities, adding another layer to his already mysterious life. Rothstein himself was a notorious figure in the criminal underworld, known for his involvement in various illegal enterprises, including the infamous fixing of the 1919 World Series. If true, the partnership between Lowenstein and Rothstein underscores the complex web of relationships and dealings that characterized the era. It suggests that Lowenstein's business interests extended beyond legitimate ventures, delving into the shadowy world of organized crime. Pietrusa's assertion invites further exploration into Lowenstein's activities and connections, prompting speculation about the extent of his involvement in illicit enterprises and the potential implications of his sudden demise. While these claims remain speculative, they contribute to the ongoing intrigue surrounding Alfred Lowenstein and his enigmatic life. Other bizarre mysteries like Alfred Lowenstein's. Among other similar bizarre incidents, the mysterious disappearance of Alfred Lowenstein in 1928 stands as a prominent example in a series of unsolved mysteries that have captivated public attention throughout history. These incidents, characterized by their bizarre and often inexplicable nature, not only challenge our understanding, but also invite comparisons that highlight the mysterious tapestry of human experiences. One of the most famous unsolved mysteries similar to Lowenstein's is the disappearance of Amelia Earhart in 1937. Earhart, a pioneering aviator, vanished over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to circumnavigate the globe. Much like Lowenstein, Earhart's disappearance occurred under mysterious circumstances and during a period marked by significant advancements in technology and transportation. Both cases involved aviation, a field that at the time was still shrouded in a degree of uncertainty and risk. The disappearances of these prominent figures underscored the limitations and dangers associated with early 20th century air travel, sparking widespread speculation and numerous theories. Another parallel can be drawn with the case of the Mary Celeste, a merchant brigantine found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872. The ship was discovered in a seaworthy condition with its cargo intact, but without any trace of its crew. This maritime mystery bears resemblance to Lowenstein's case in the sudden and unexplained absence of individuals in a confined space, leaving behind a vessel that showed no signs of distress or struggle. The Mary Celeste incident, like Lowenstein's, has been the subject of numerous hypotheses, yet remains unsolved. In more recent times, the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 in 2014 presents another baffling case of vanishing without a trace. The commercial flight carrying 239 passengers and crew vanished from radar screens, sparking one of the largest and most extensive search operations in aviation history. The parallels with Lowenstein's disappearance are evident in the aviation context and the profound mystery surrounding the fate of those on board. Despite extensive investigations and technological advancements, the disappearance of flight MH370 remains largely unexplained. These incidents, though separated by decades and differing in details, share a common thread of mystery and intrigue. They represent the human fascination with the unexplained and the limits of our understanding. Each case, including that of Lowenstein, presents a puzzle that defies easy explanation, inviting speculation and investigation across generations. Moreover, these mysteries highlight the evolving nature of transportation and communication technologies, from 19th century sailing vessels to early 20th century aircraft and modern commercial airliners. Each era's technological advancements have brought new challenges and mysteries, reflecting the changing nature of media coverage and public engagement with such incidents. While the cases of Mary Celeste and Lowenstein were limited by the communication technologies of their times, more recent incidents like Flight MH370 have been subject to real-time global media coverage and public scrutiny, demonstrating how technological advancements have transformed the way we perceive and interact with these mysteries. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.